Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to be doing the Science 24 Lab 1, which is called Investigating Chemical Reactions. So the first step of the procedure, just to reiterate that you should have done the pre-lab first. So if you have not done this, pause the video, do the pre-lab, and then you can come back. I'm going to be just following the procedure exactly as described. And you guys should be filling out this evidence table as I go through it, and then analysis once you've finished the video. All right, so I'm going to have this procedure in front of me the entire time as I work on it. You can pause it now if you want to, if you don't have the procedure for whatever reason. And let's get started. So the first step says that we need to look at all the different substances and just record if they're solid, liquid, or gas. We don't have any gases here, so we should be good there. But all the ones that come in our droppers are liquids, okay? All the ones that come in these little containers are solids, and we're going to be using the scopula or tweezers to get at those. So I'm going to read out the different ingredients, or not ingredients, what am I? This is a cooking show. I'm going to read out the different chemicals for you guys to hear. So this is hydrochloric acid, so it's liquid. This is vinegar, liquid. This is also hydrochloric acid, but it's simulated stomach acid, so it's a different percentage or strength than this one here. So this one, anyways, this one is simulated stomach acid, and it's a liquid. This is bromethyl blue, or bromethymal blue. This one is calcium nitrate. This is sodium hydroxide. So those are all liquids. Now for the solids, we have magnesium. We have baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate. We have aluminum chloride. We have Alka-Seltzer, which it doesn't say here, but anywho. And we have calcium hydroxide as well. Okay, so the procedure starts, so that's step one, okay, and you should be listing all those things. You can pause it now if you need to, or rewind. But now the next step of the procedure is per test tube, we're going to be putting some chemicals into each of them. So step 2 says add 2 full drops of hydrochloric acid. So I'm going to do that right now into test tube 1. So hopefully you can see my numbers here. 1, 2, hold on. Full medicine droppers, not 2 drops. 2 droppers, so that's 1, sorry, I didn't read it correctly, and 2. Okay, that's hydrochloric acid, that's done. The next part of step 2 is to add 1 small chip of magnesium and to watch for 2 minutes to see if there's any changes. So let's have our timer ready to go here. I have to just find my timer on my other thing. This is not my normal phone. Okay. Okay, so we're looking for 2 minutes here. Let's find 1 little chip of magnesium. Maybe I can pour it out onto here first. There you go. That worked out pretty well. Okay. And I'm going to hold this up to the camera so that if anything happens, it's hopefully very, very clear. Now, magnesium is actually not reactive, so I know that. So anywho, we got test tube 1, got magnesium, we've got hydrochloric acid. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but you should be able to see that, if nothing else. There's a lot of bubbles on there. Okay, so the magnesium is bubbling. It's actually a little bit warm. And you can hear the bubbles. It's quite audible. It's quite violent. The magnesium strip is now white here. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I didn't actually start my timer. But I think you guys get the point here. So it's going to be doing that for a little while. And I think 2 minutes will let us see the entire reaction take place. Still going strong. It's right here. It looks to me that that strip has become a little bit smaller on all sides, but not much. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, you can definitely feel that it's warm. It's not hot. Like, this isn't burning my hand, but you can definitely feel that it's warm right now. So, warm, color change, bubbling. What are we seeing? We'll see if anything else changes. That's been about 2 minutes because we started a little bit late. This says 1 minute and 30. So I'm going to put it down just so we can continue. But we'll take a look at this at the end of the 4 here, just in case anything does change. We're still hearing the bubbles, but that's okay. All right, so step 3 says 2 full medicine droppers of vinegar. So that's why I'm putting these to the side. I have them lined up already. So we're adding vinegar and then baking soda. Maybe you've heard of this reaction before. So anyways, we got 2 full medicine droppers. 1, 2. And then we need a scopula to add baking soda. So here's our scopula. Here's our baking soda. Oh, and I guess we should put our other chip of magnesium away. Use it to add a pinch of baking soda, it says. So not all that much. Notice I just have a little bit on the end of the scopula. And I'm going to be putting in with the vinegar. So hopefully you are able to see this. Now I can't feel the temperature change. Oh, actually, I think that feels colder. Maybe not. That might not be any colder. Okay, but anywho, you can hopefully see that there were a lot of bubbles that happened there. If I swirl it, there might be a little bit more, but not much. At this point, all of the vinegar has pretty much reacted. Still bubbling, but not much. And then at some point here, it's going to be all done. This also you're supposed to check for 2 minutes, but I think we'll skip that. By flicking a little bit like this, by stirring it, I'm speeding up the process so we can see it a little bit faster. So you can tell that there's very, very little baking soda left. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a tiny bit left at the bottom, but not very much at all. All right, and here's a deeper level question. What bubbles were made? when we were mixing those two? If you can figure that out, that's a big, deep question. It's an impressive question if you can answer that in Science 24. All right, next one, it says add 2 full medicine droppers of simulated stomach acid into beaker 3. So let's do that right now. 1, 2. Okay, so like I said, 2 full medicine droppers. And then we're going to be adding bromethyl blue, which is 5 drops of bromethyl blue. So we're going to be looking at this one here, and we're going to be adding 5 drops. So right now, it's just clear. Right, colorless is what we call it. And now I'm going to be adding blue. So blue is like very, very blue, and I'm adding 5 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the one may have dripped off, so just add one more, because I think it was on the outside. And we have not blue, not colorless, but yellow. Kind of random, sort of. It's not random, but kind of looks random. Why is it yellow? But anywho, chemical reactions. So color change. No bubbles this time, just a color change. Step 4, add 2 full medicine droppers of, oh wait, this is where we need the antacid. So this is the Alka-Seltzer. So we need to add this. I think just 1/4 tablet. Yeah, so just one of these pieces, or 1/8 tablet. So one of these pieces now of Alka-Seltzer into here. So it was yellow. Now watch, there's bubbles. Lots and lots of bubbles. Hopefully not too many bubbles. See if it's got any temperature. No, I can't feel anything. Well, it does feel colder, but I could be wrong about that. Ooh, lots and lots of bubbles. Wow. So again, this is an antacid. So this is what you use when you have heartburn, i.e. stomach acid that's burning your esophagus or stomach lining. Use this to counteract the acid. Now we had stomach acid in here. We added antacid to counteract it. And remember, we had bromethyl blue. So let's let the bubbles recede a little bit. And now look at the color of that liquid. It's hard to see it there. It'll get better, but it'll get more obvious with less bubbles in the way and stuff. But that's clear, okay? We'll take a closer look in a moment. That's pretty clear, actually. Okay, now we're going to be looking at the last one here, test tube 4. Add 2 full medicine droppers of calcium nitrate and 1 full medicine dropper of sodium hydroxide. So that's 1, 2, okay, watching as I put in the 1 Okay, so it went from like a clear liquid to something much more cloudy. All right. Okay, let's look back at each of these and see if there's any changes. This is test tube 1. It's had the magnesium strip. Magnesium is now gone. It's clear again. This is test tube 2. Clear, but a little bit of baking soda at the bottom. This is test tube 3. You can see it's a little bit greeny down here. Not blue, not yellow, not clear. It's green. We got test tube 4, and it's super, super cloudy at the bottom, like almost like milk, white. All right. Now, this is the last step, use side marked A on the wooden splint. That's this here. To add a pinch of calcium hydroxide. I believe we're going to be using these last two, but let's just give it a second here. So this is calcium hydroxide to the mortar. Okay, to the mortar. And add 2 pinches of ammonium chloride to the mortar. Stir and crush with the pestle for 10 to 20 seconds, and then waft over to your nose. So I'm looking for a smell happening here. So let's take a look here. So the idea is this is just helping us getting smaller amounts. So we're supposed to get 1 pinch of this. Okay, 1 pinch. And then use the opposite side for the other one. That's key, otherwise you're mixing chemicals. One. Two. All right, so now I have gotten the correct amount for each. It's always important to close up everything when you're done with it so you don't accidentally spill stuff. Okay, so now I have finished with that. So now we're going to be stirring and crushing for 10 to 20 seconds. And see if I can smell anything is the goal here. I think I'm going to take off my mask. There's no one near me. So that might be helpful. If you're in the lab doing this, then you have to leave your mask on. But it's hard. I can't smell anything right now. We might need to add some more. Okay, yep, I can smell it this time. I must have not been crushing it well enough. Ooh, that's quite the smell. So that is the smell of ammonium. I can recognize that anywhere. A lot of people say that ammonium smells like cat pee. I don't know if cat pee has a lot of ammonium in it. I can't say for certain. Apparently they smell very similar. So if you've ever smelled cat pee or if you've ever smelled ammonium, that's the smell I'm smelling right now. So waft that. You don't want to take a big whiff of that. Well, that's it. I hope that these 5 different reactions were helpful for you, and that you're able to now do the lab. So you should have done this beforehand. We just went through the procedure. Now, during this, all should be filled out. Now that we're done the lab, now you should be doing the analysis. All right? Good luck, and have a nice day. Bye.